Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world you're in. This is Jonathan Satovsky of Satovsky Asset Management, and on today's episode of Seeking Wisdom, Wealth, and Wellness, I want to talk about one of my favorite topics: time versus timing. You know, people have a tendency to overcomplicate their lives, to make things so much more complicated than they need to be. Simplicity beats complexity. That being said, it just sounds sexier to have complicated stuff going on, to sound busy, to sound like you're part of the action. Let me give you some mathematical perspective. 1996 to January 1st, 1996 to September 30th of 2023. If you invested $1 million in Berkshire Hathaway and you just left it alone, what do you think your return would be? Or for that matter, what do you think your return would be just sitting on it, the stock market, the S&P 500, during a period that we experienced dot-com bubble, dot-com bust. We've experienced the 2007 great crash from 07 and 08. We experienced Brexit. We experienced COVID. We experienced all sorts of things. So what do you think? That simple aspect of buying and holding the S&P or Berkshire for the last 25 years. Well, I'll give you the answer. The S&P 500, you'd have over 5 to 6 times your money. So for $1 million, you'd have about 5.8 million at the end of that time. If you invest in Berkshire, there would have been 40% of the time you would have underperformed the markets by magnitudes of 20 to 60%. And yet, at the end of the decade, you'd have 15.5 million. So simplify your life on your path to wisdom, wealth, and wellness. Look at the horizon, ignore the crowd, simplify, overcomplicate.